Okay, so today we are in our day 5. Okay, so as part of our day 5, what we are going to learn is kindly to move to first slide to second slide, it takes time. Okay, this is our content. So today we are going to learn about the Salesforce architecture, applications, and data security. Okay, so whenever we are going to implement any project, first we should understand what is the architecture of project. So as I it's something like that, like all other technologies, Java and most of the web-based technologies, Salesforce follows MVC architecture. So again, this MVC keyword you might have heard at the time of your education also. Model View Controller. Okay. MVC architecture. And then we'll discuss about the applications and then we'll start with the data security. Okay. Let me just log into my Arc and we'll show you what is model, what is view, and what is controller in Salesforce. Okay. So if anybody asks you what is the architecture that follows the Salesforce applications, then you can tell it's a common architecture that generally follows by the other web-based applications. Model, view, controller. Okay. That means whenever you want to design something, you have to develop these three components. Then you can do your complete stuff. So model, view, controller. Then our questions will start. What is model? What is view? What is controllers? What is the work of each and everything? Okay. So model, view, controller. So model is something like that. Your databases, guys. Okay, your databases, like all your informations are whatever the input. For example, I am registering to the some website, I am giving my information. Okay, so the information which I am giving is going to store somewhere, right? Those are nothing but the models. Okay, in Salesforce, whatever the thing we are seeing in Object Manager. I'm just switching to the Lightning experience. Okay. So Object Manager is the one which behaves like a model. Okay. Because this is the place I am going to store all my information. Okay. These are the standard objects that they have already given us. Like object is nothing but the table, guys. Okay. For example, I would like to store account table. Okay. Generally, what we will do previously, whenever we want to store some information, what we will do? We will just open up some Excel sheets. Okay. I want to store my account information, account table information. For example, what is the name? What is the number? And what is the Aadhaar number? I mean, this is account number. Okay. Aadhaar number. And then generally what else they'll ask? They'll ask PAN card sometimes whenever we want to open, right? So PAN number and then address. Okay. So basically, let us assume this is the small thing I'm going to store, give our values. Okay, Swarnaja. And my account number is 12345. And some other number is ABC 1. PAN number is PQR 1. And address is some place. Okay, Guntur. I'm going to give another information. Okay. So, Yashwant, and your other number is, sorry, your account number is this. Other number is this. PQR number. And you are someplace near to Ishihabad. Okay. Yes. Let us assume this is our information. Okay. What we call this? This we call it as a table, right? Inside this table, we call these as the columns. Okay. So name, account number, Aadhaar number, PAN number, and address. What we call them? We call them as the columns, right? And then what we call 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? 2, 3, 4, 5, we call them as rows, right? So this is a small table and we have 5 columns and 4 rows, right? So just, and this concept each and everyone knows, right? So just remember 3 key things, guys. Table. In Salesforce, we call it as a object. Rows. Second keyword that generally we use is column. In Salesforce, we call it as a field. And the third thing is rows. In Salesforce, we call it as a records. Okay. Let me increase this font. This is okay. This is the table. We have 5 columns and 4 rows. So to understand the object manager in Salesforce, just compare this table with these 3 keywords. Table is nothing but the object, columns are nothing but the fields, rows are nothing but the records. Okay. This figure you always keep in your mind. Then you can easily understand about the object manager. In the object manager, accounts, activities, address, assets, All these are the standard tables. Like you will be seeing contacts, accounts, campaigns, cases. So generally, as I told you, right, Salesforce by default provide you the Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, Marketing Cloud, Finance Cloud. These are the different clouds applications. They already give you by default. If you want to do more customizations on that applications, that is also possible. If not, if you want to use the existing standard ones, you can utilize it. Okay. These are nothing but the different tables that they are using as a model objects to store the information. So the main concept of object manager is these are the places we are going to store our information. Okay. So let me open up one object. I'm opening up the account object. So whenever you see the account object, you are seeing name of the table. Okay, this is my accounts table, employees table, students table, and then we have some states table, countries table, or number of government employees table. Okay, number of district collectors table, like that. Everything is anything is that we are going to store the information is nothing but the table. In Salesforce, we call it as an object. People will call it as a both the things, right? Can you go to the accounts table? Sometimes they'll ask you like that. Sometimes they'll ask you, can you open up the account object? Okay. Whatever it is, that is same. Either object or table, whatever it is, the terminology is same. We are going to use the object manager and we are going to open up that particular object. In that, the second thing that you are seeing is here is fields and relationships. So these fields and relationships is nothing but columns. Okay, fields is nothing but columns. So for example, inside this table, we have name column, account number column, Aadhaar number, PAN number, address, right? So the same way in the accounts table, they have account name, account number, account owner, account site, or if you want to store any other information, I mean, these are the standard things that they have provided so that that is the reason. That is the what is the major advantage of you instead of using Java, what is the use to use Salesforce cloud tools as? For example, if you want to create a table in Java, guys, as you all know, right? We need to write the logic. Okay? We need to write a structure syntax, SQL table syntax, and then from the Java application to we need to write again some code to store the information into that particular table. But in Salesforce, nothing is required. Okay, it's all point and click operations. You no need to write any code. If you want to create tables, yes, you can create directly. If you want to add any column to that any existing table, yes, you can add your columns to your existing table. And at the time of recording feeding, yes, you can feed your records. Directly, it's a point and click operations. So fields and relationships is nothing but the columns which are present in the particular table. Okay. Now I have my table and I have my columns. The third thing is we need to feed the records to that particular table, right? So whenever you want to access something which is already configured, it's always app launcher. Okay. From the app launcher, I can just simply click on account. It will open up the accounts table. Here we can see all the records which are available for accounts. Okay. See, these are all some sample data they have already given for us. Just for training purpose, 1 second guys, I'll connect my charger. A second. Okay. And okay. So this is the way you can see whatever the current records which are available. Okay. And if you want to create your own new record, you can click on new button and you can enter the data. So till now we haven't written anything, but still we can see some already developed applications where using that we can store some information. Okay. So I can give my account name also. So red mark indicates which is the mandatory and rest all things are optional. So I'm just going to fill the mandatory ones for now. Okay. So account name is only mandatory one. So I'm just going to click on save. Okay. There is a record which is created for me and we'll explain later about all other things and how to design these pages and everything. So for today's class, just learn about what is an object and what is fields and relationships and what are the records and how to create a records in your object. Okay. These are the three things. Okay. So again, if you want to see the list of objects which are available for you, you can go to the setup and then object manager. Okay. This is the place you can see all of your objects, guys. But you don't try to remember these objects because we are not going to learn objects like this. We are going to learn like we will open up one by one application, sales application, service application, marketing application. Okay. And then we will see what is the objects which are using in that application. Then we are going to learn one by one object. Okay. But in today's class, our motto is to learn about the model view controllers, right? So model is nothing but place where we store the data in our Salesforce. It's object manager. And we just see what is object manager. Object manager is nothing but a tables and which have some columns and rows. Okay. So we are good with the model. Then we will move with the controllers. Okay. And then we will see about the view pages. Controllers is something like that. For example, right now it's in standard Salesforce pages, guys. For example, we have some implementation in other party or something else places, some other place. Okay, I can say some other place we have the implementation, and from that we would like to populate the rows into this particular objects. In that case, you should have the controllers. Okay. Controllers are the ones which communicate between the your model and view pages. For example, in this example also I can say when I say account, right? If I open up accounts, it is showing me the list of accounts. So all these UI stuff that you are seeing, front end pages, these we call it as a view pages. Okay. In every project, you always have three things: model, view, controllers. View pages are nothing but all your UI that you are seeing with your eyes. That is your view part of the architecture. And then model part of the architecture is always a database kind of thing that stores the information of the that is given from the front end pages. For example, when I click on the new, right, I have given some information. This information is going to store on my model object. Okay. And how that is happened? There is never and ever direct relationship between the model object and view object, guys. It's always through the controllers. Okay. So in the backend they usually write the code. That code is something like that. When you click on the save button, okay, get the information which is given in the this particular columns, and then store this information into the backend. So Salesforce has taken care of that particular code. Generally, if you use the Java application, it's our responsibility to write all those codes. But Salesforce is something like that. It's the advanced, right? That's the reason they are charging us. So you no need to do that work. Salesforce will take that work. So almost controller parts will be taken care by the Salesforce. But if you are if that is the case, if you are going to use Salesforce standard functionalities, no, I'm not happy with the standard. I mean, I'm not happy with the standard functionalities. I want to make it as a something else or some more fancy way. I need my own application. I don't want to use Salesforce application. I need my own application. I mean, it's not Salesforce application. Not in the sense of completely they are not going to use Salesforce, but it is something like that. Salesforce has given us some applications, right? Let me take one of the application as don't go with the consoles. Consoles will give you the something. So let's open up the sales application. Okay. This is the sales application. They have here the Salesforce cloud icon. Okay. And the home page, they are giving some icons, some closure deals, plan my accounts, grow relationships. But no, I don't want my application be like that. I want like my own application names. Here they have given the application name as the sales application. But I want to give my application like BNB IT services sales. I would like to give like that one. And here I would like to upload my company logo. I don't want Salesforce logo. Okay. Also in the home page, I don't like this gray and white combination. I want something else combination. Okay. On all these cases, right? Salesforce will provide you the option. Yes, you can develop the applications like that also. Okay. That we call it as a customizations that we will do it in the next classes. So when you are doing all your customizations, especially admin customizations, most of the things we can do point and clicks. But whereas sometimes they will ask you some fancy requirements that is not possible with the standard point and click configurations. Okay, that's time we have to write code. That is the developer shop. Developer will write the code because using code, everything is possible in Salesforce. There is no point saying that you can't do this thing. Using admin part, there is some limitations. Like you can do this thing, only this many things that you can do. In case beyond that, if customer want, they have to go by development. For example, integrations, guys. I can tell you best example, integrations. Okay, I want to update my account. Whenever there is a update happened on another Salesforce arc, okay, our SAP system, some update is happening. I want to get that update and update in the Salesforce accounts. Okay, then obviously you have to go with the development. Okay, it's not possible through the admin activities. So such kind of time you have to write the code. So that is call it as a all that we call it as all development activities, and controllers are something like that here. I mean, as especially from the admin point of view, you can't see the controller on your, I mean, you can't experience the controller, I can say. Like view part, you are seeing it, right? And model part also you have seen. But controller part is something like that. I can't show you that thing because all controller operations are already taken care by the Salesforce. Controller is the one which connects model and view. When you give something in the front end, it will store in your model object. So that is the job of the controller. But in case of customizations, you can feel that controllers, like developers, because we are the one which are going to write those things. Yes, on click of save button, read the records. Okay, and then go to that particular table and save the records. All those coding you will write. Okay. That is the main model view controllers, guys. So any question on that model view controller? Any question on what is object manager? Okay, let me show you. Not this one. App exchanges is the one which I'll take you as a separate session. Okay. So we are done with the Salesforce platform, guys. So started with the Salesforce platform. This covers the our developer org creation. Okay. And different use cases for the platform, that is Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, Marketing Cloud, which we have discussed in our first class. Okay. And today we have completed the Salesforce architecture. Okay. And then the next thing is the navigation setups. So as part of these navigations, I have explained you about the app launcher, setup menu, Teddy icon, and how to switch back from classic to lightning and lightning to classic, and how to use quick find option. Okay. These are all come under the navigation setups. Okay. And then we have completed our user management also, like how to add new users and control what users can access what. So this is nothing but the licenses, guys, like Salesforce users, how to access, and Salesforce platform users, and what is the identity user license, what is the customer portal user license. Okay. So why I'm showing this slide and explaining to you guys is, so in future, you are just going to open up this content, and as soon as you read this one, then you have to strike out, I mean, you have to recollect what happened in that particular session and what we discussed around that. Okay. So maybe not now. Once I complete the data security, guys, okay, as soon as I complete the data security and permission sets, okay, then I will assign you guys one topic, okay, and you have to speak out 20 minutes on that topic. Each of you have to speak out 20 minutes on that topic, okay. So make sure that whatever the things that we have covered, so you have idea on that. And if you I don't tell you guys, like, I'll just start the session. I'll tell you, okay, this Sunday we are going to have a discussion on that, on these four topics. Okay, user management, identity basics, data security, and permission set groups. Okay, as well as platform, whatever the topics which I have covered. And as soon as we start our class, I'll ask you, can you tell me on data security? What is data security and what is it? I hardly cover, I mean, I'll explain you in 4 to 5 classes, right, guys? I want you to explain at least in 20 minutes. That means I'm explaining you around 2 to 3 hours. Out of 3 hours, you should be in a position to explain in a 20 minutes. Okay? So that's the reason. If you are not clear on anything, please stop me. I'm so happy to. Okay. It's not something like that. There's no hurry and I need to complete this and that. You just seen, right? It's all like one to one. So whenever you have some doubts, you can just stop me. My only motto is you have to understand each and every concept. Okay, and you should be in your position to tell something about the concepts, and you should be in your position to do some hands-on each concept. Okay, so what else today we want to talk? Yeah, data security, right? Identity basics, Just create one identity user, guys. Then I'll tell you about rest of the things. Okay. And overview of control access to the arc, control access to the objects, control access to the fields, and control access to the records. Okay. Today we learn about what is object, what is field, what is record. Okay. Tomorrow I will explain about how to control these objects, these fields, these records. Okay. Let's try to create. Today we haven't created any objects, guys. We just seen what is object, what is fields, and what is records, right? I'm going to give you an assignment. Okay. That assignment for today is this is our arg. Okay. This is the sales application, right? You can just open up the sales application. Okay. You can note down what all the objects which are there in sales application, and you can go to that particular object and note down 5 fields on each object. Okay. This is the sales application. You can just note down. It's something like that. I'll show you. Okay. So you can take sales application. Okay. For example, sales application has opportunity object. Okay. And then contact object. And then what else it has? Leads object, campaigns object. Okay. Like when you click on three, like this, people, cases, groups. Okay. So like contact, leads, cases. So here, what you need to go to is, you can go to your object manager. You can go to setup and then object manager and try to find the opportunity object. Okay. Go to fields and relationships. Okay. Just note down 5 fields, guys. Whatever the fields that you want, just note down 5 fields and its data type. Okay. The field name and its data type on each object. And I need this exercise to be repeated for. This is sales application, right? And this is service application. Sales, service. Don't have. Okay. Let me just check what is this CRM. Okay. Marketing application. Okay. Marketing CRM classic. Sales. You will be having so much, but just only take simple sales application. Okay. And then next service application. On all these 3 applications, you can just note down the object names which are available and make sure that, for example, in the service application, you have accounts, right? Then you should not capture that accounts object on our other 2 applications. Okay. Like that, you just need to capture 5 objects on each application. Is assignment clear? Or any questions?
Ma'am, once tell that how to create identity user, ma'am.
How to create the identity user.
Identity user.
Okay. So to create the identity user, you have to select the identity license. Okay. So you can go to users. When you click on new user, see, this is the license. So whenever the user license is identity, then obviously that user we call it as an identity user.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay. Thank you.
fine. Okay, guys, it's very helpful and very important. You get to know what all the different objects which are present in those three applications. Okay, so go open up those three applications and try to capture 5 objects, and object name should not get repeated. Okay, that's the task. Same thing. I'll check it in the no, I'll not check it in the tomorrow's class, guys, because it is going to be lot of instead of that we can discuss something else, right? So by the end of the day, or at least 30 minutes before our class, you can please share the files, Excel file, or screenshot is also fine. If you are not able to share the thing, you can WhatsApp me the screenshot. Okay.
Okay, madam.
Yeah, that's it for today's session. Tomorrow we'll discuss more detail about the data security. Okay. Thanks everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.